Hi guys, and welcome back to Create Obsession. Here are all the stitches you'll need to know for completing this tutorial. For the materials that I'm using, I've got a green velvet yarn that is 3.5 to 4 millimeter thickness, and the hook that I'm using is a 4 millimeter. Start out by creating a magic circle. We will want to single crochet into it 6 times. Once you have it, you'll pull it tight, connect them back with a slip stitch, and chain 1. That is going to be true for every single round on the head. We are always going to connect it back together with a slip stitch, chaining 1, turning back where you came from. Row 2, do 2 single crochet into every stitch. When we come back around to do the slip stitch, right now you can't really tell where that is. We're gonna start marking these. So I'm just using a piece of yarn and I'm gonna mark that stitch, that chain up 1. Row 3, we're gonna double every other, starting with the first one. So the first will be 1, 2, and then this is a single, 3, double in the next one, 4, 5, and keep repeating that. After you have reached 18 stitches, you will connect the chain stitch back to this one, again with a slip stitch because we're doing that on every round, so slip stitch. And before we chain 1, we're gonna mark this stitch right here. So I'm just gonna flip that up to mark it, and that's your chain 1. We're gonna turn back. From here, the pattern continues. The next one, we are gonna double every 3rd, and then the following row will double every 4th, the following row double every 5th, double every 6th, double every 7th, 8th, and 9th until we are reaching 60. No more increases for the head, but we are going to do another row of 60, so we're going to single crochet 1 into all stitches. Once you hit that 60, we are going to slip stitch these back together wherever you had that chain stitch. Again, we're going to mark it and chain up another. Now we're gonna start decreasing. So again, we're gonna turn back. As we did before, doubling at the start of every round, we are going to decrease at the start of every round. To decrease, I am using the invisible decrease. Insert it into your first single crochet, pull up a loop. We're gonna insert it into the next single crochet, pull up a loop, and rather than adding any more loops, we're just gonna work with the ones we've got and pull through 2. So you should be left with 1. So that is 1 single decrease. And now we're going to go backwards from where we came. So every 9th, we are now joining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Pull that one out. 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10 are going to be joined. So 9 and 10, pull through, and keep going. Chain 1 and turn back. So there you should have the 54. And you can see that it's starting to create the cup shape that will create the rounded head. Warning, if it feels like the next clip, I am jumping ahead of you. Don't worry, I'm just showing you to put the eyes and nose on before you get to the point where it's more difficult because it's getting a little difficult. We probably want to put the eyes on now before we start building the body. I'm just gonna kind of puff it up in one direction, with this mostly facing the back. So this is the back that I've been working with. These are all of the slip stitches. So I want the eyes to go in the front. I'm going to count down 9 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is this row right here. Before I lose that spot, I'm gonna find a little thing to help me keep up with it. Follow this row around. So now we have about the same row marked all the way around. It'd probably be a lot easier if we pick the nose first. Center for the nose, okay. So that is the center-ish. So 1, 2, got my row marked where I'm going to put the eyes. We're going to count 4 this way and 4 that way that I am going to exclude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where my eye is going to go. And do the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and put it there. Perfecto! And then from here, the pattern continues to decrease. So row 13 will be joining every 8th and 9th stitch, whereas row 14 will be one less to 7th and 8th stitch, and so on and so forth. So just pause here, work through all this, and then continue. We are officially done with the head portion, and we are moving on to the arms / the body to the legs. Alright, that last row for the head should have brought you 12 stitches. Now we are going to increase again to 18. To do that, we are crocheting 2 single crochets into that first stitch. 1, 2. The next stitch we're doing 1. And then again, we're doubling every second. So this is the second. 1 and 2. And you'll just keep repeating that all the way around. All right, once you get back around, you know what to do. Doing the slip stitch, and then we're gonna mark the next chain 1. Chain 1, and turn back. Now on this one, we are going to increase to 24. So we are doubling the first, single crochet in the next 1 and 2, and then we're doubling the third. So 1, 2, and then just continue that all the way around until you hit 24 stitches. Get it in there. We did the slippos, and now we are marking this next one. Okay, so chain 1. This is where things start to get really down the middle even, because now we're going to be working the body in 2 different parts. These stitches right here are essentially going to be split in half to create this side, and then again to create this side. So to start off the arms, we are going to single crochet 1, 2, 3. And this is going to be the part of the back panel. So those first 3, and then we're going to start working on the first arm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So altogether, you should have 9 from your chain stitch up, so 9 over. You're gonna chain 1. Now we're gonna single crochet 6 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna chain 1, and now you're gonna repeat that single crochet 6 and chain 1 up 3 more rows. After you've completed that, you should have the initial 9 and then 4 rows of 6 single crochet, chain 1s in between, turning for every single row. And you'll know if you're getting it straight, if this is gonna be part of the arm. It is on half of the side of the body. So just to show you, there are the eyes and the nose, and here's the arm beginning to form. So we're doing pretty good. I mean, this is where we start increasing it. Row 27, we are doubling every second, starting with the first. And chained 1, that should have left you with 9 single crochet. You will turn back. Now we are returning to do another row across of 9 single crochet with no increases or decreases. Once you get to the end, chain 1, turn back. We have reached the end of this portion of the hand. So to turn back, we've got to start decreasing. And to do that, I'm going to join every 3 together. So insert, pull up, insert into the next one, pull up, insert into the third one, pull up, and then pull through all those 3 loops. Again, insert into the first, insert into the second, insert into the third, and then pull through all those loops with that already 4th loop on there. So that was 1, 2, 3, and pull through the 3 on there. That should leave you with 3 single crochet on there. So we're going to chain 1, turn back, and we're going to do the exact same thing with these 3. So insert, pull up, insert, pull up, insert, pull up, and pull through those 3 loops on there. And at this point, I am going to chain 1, and we are going to be slip stitching all the way down. This is the point in the pattern where you may decide that slip stitching this is not the best path for you. You have a couple of options. What you can do is, if you wanted to slip stitch just into the back, you could go all the way down the back with slip stitches, and then once you get all the way down, you can just pick up the stitches wherever we're leaving off at with a single crochet. And then whenever you go to close up your creature, your kitty, stitch this with a needle. I'm just going to continue this all in one go. I'm going to return to where I was. I'm going to do the chain 1, and now I'm just going to slip stitch down the entire thing. There is no right or wrong to the slip stitch as long as you're doing it close to the edge and it's not that noticeable. You're doing fine. And just a good reference for this is we're looking for the initial 1, 2, 3, and we know that we've made it all the way down because we have slip stitched all the way up to the 3rd one. So now I can move over to crocheting the next row of 6 single crochet, and I'm just going to pick up right here. It looks like I haven't crocheted into here. If you're not really sure, you can pause here and count your stitches. There should be the 6 for the front, 6 for the arm, and 3 for this back panel because they are evenly spaced out. 6, 6, 6, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I should have 9 remaining. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. This is starting to count the 6 that will be in the arm. So you do want to start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you hit that second 6, you're going to chain 1, turn back, and we are going to crochet, single crochet 6 4 times, building up, or building outwards, I guess. Once you're done with the 4 rows of 6 and you got your chain 1 ready, we're doubling every other starting with the first. So double and 1, double and 1, double and 1. Oh, chain, oh. Chain 1 and turn, and that should have left you with 9 single crochet. So you're just gonna crochet 9 singles all the way across. All right, once you have your 9 across, we are going back. So that's 2 rows of 9. 1 was the increase, 1 is just the regular 9. We are going back to joining every 3 together. So inserting, pulling up, then once you got that third on the hook, pulling through 3. Again, that was insert, pull up on the first, on the second, on the third, and pull through all 3 of those. Do the same again. I don't know why, I was just thinking of put it in your notebook and you think. All right, turn back. Now we're gonna join these 3. 1, 2, 3, and pull through the 3 hooks. The 3 hooks. The 3 loops on the hook. Okay. Once you got that, make sure it is facing the right way before you start doing your slippy stitches all the way down. Now I'm gonna start joining it, and I'm gonna match it up as best I can and just do the slip stitch. If you've gone all the way down and you're ready, just remember we're picking up where we left off. So 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna insert whatever that third stitch is away from the last, or I'm sorry, the second stitch from last. So 1, 2, 3, and now we are going to single crochet the last 3 on this row. 1, 2, and 3. Once you've got the last one done for the row, you will do a slip stitch to join them. We're going to chain 1 and turn back. Now on this one, you should have 12 stitches all the way around. You can count them. So we are going to double all the stitches, go from 12 to 24. At this point, if you want to start stuffing your little dude, go for it. It's going to be harder the more that you stitch further down. I'm going to go ahead and start stuffing him. I do have to stuff these quite a bit to get the shape that I want. And here is the end of part 1. I just realized how stinking long this video is taking. So pause here and I will be back for part 2 in the near future.